See? When he's stacked up properly, that weight is, can you feel this all the way in your feet?
100%.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Prime Performance. As always, Coach Kyle right here, my brother Coach Graham behind the camera.
Yo, yo.
Today's video is addressing a viewer question. Somebody on YouTube named Hesham asked us to do some upper body videos on like dumbbell overhead press, dips, and other exercises which we will get into as well. But today's video is going to be covering the dumbbell overhead press. Now, there's a few principles I need you to understand before we get into actually pressing the dumbbell. So I'm going to have my lovely partner, Vanna Wyman Graham Gentle, come and help me over here. Okay, now, so what the overhead press is, just like all other exercises, is a force transfer exercise. And if you know what you're looking for, you could tell where the person is kind of losing positions or where their brain needs to be a little more active. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to push down on Graham, and I'm going to get him to be very loose throughout his entire body. So when you're doing an overhead press, the weight and gravity are pushing down on your body, and it's a great exercise to see how well that force transfers throughout your body. Now, I'm going to push now force down, and you can see where where his body's breaking when I push down on him. There's a break in his low back. Now, I want you to be tight in your butt, tighten your legs, and squeeze your abs where you have a posterior pelvic tilt. So you can see now his low back is a lot more straight and rigid. I'm going to push down on him now, and no matter how much force, I can't move him anywhere. Can you feel that force kind of through your whole body, all the way down into your feet?
All the way down to the pinky toe.
Okay, very good. Now, so as he said, you can feel all the way down to his pinky toe. And that is an example of what the overhead press should be. When you press, no matter where the weight is in terms, or where your arm is in the range of motion, the body should share the load of gravity and the weight nice and evenly, just like I did there with him. So if you get to the top of your overhead press, so pretend you're doing overhead press and press up, and the abs are all loose, and there's that weight is kind of like me pushing down on him and making him break in his low back versus getting tight in your abdominals, pulling the rib cage and pelvis together. And if I were to push down on him now, it's shared by his entire body. And that's what the overhead press should be. When it's done really well, you can pretty much stand on somebody. It's like in Cirque du Soleil when you see two giant men balancing on each other's heads or something like that, and there's not a wobble through the body. That is an extreme example of what a good overhead press is, or just how you stack the joints properly. See? When he's stacked up properly, that weight is, can you feel this all the way in your feet?
100%.
Exactly. I'm not going to tell him to go loosen his abs because they were
Are you squatting on my fucking head?
I'm squatting on your head.
Oh my god.
Okay, so for the overhead press, if you're going to do one dumbbell at a time, that's going to be a bit easier on your flexibility. So if you have very bad overhead abilities, I suggest doing one at a time, not going for both at the same time. Because when you do both at the same time, it is a higher degree of flexibility that's needed for the upper spine and the shoulder girdle. Nonetheless, though, whether it is single or double, I suggest you do these few things. So, put it up there. And what I want you to do, so just like we were talking before, tight bum and abs, tight, good connection to the floor and the feet. And go ahead and press them overhead for me, please. And so, as he's overhead, he still has tension in his abdominals. He has his thumbs pointing behind him. It's going to help promote external rotation of the shoulder, which the majority of the population these days need a lot of that. So, that connection there, thumbs pointing behind him as I was saying. Now, what I want him to be able to do is, again, no matter where he is maintain this tension through the lower body. So do a few reps pulling the dumbbells back down to you and pressing back up. As he stays tight here, he's also staying tight in his upper back. So turn to your side, your profile, And so you'll see throughout the range, he's keeping his back straight. So again, I could push down on him no matter where he is in the range, and that weight should be shared, and he should be able to feel it throughout his entire body. You getting tired or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I just woke up.
Yeah, hold on, stay here. No, stay sideways. Put them back up there. This is why I didn't demo. Okay, and as he presses, go ahead and press up. See the line he has from his hand. It's lined up all the way with his heels, knees, hips, through his rib cage, and that's how it should be. Ideally, you're not going to have push one arm forward where it shouldn't be in that position there. Obviously, much harder for him to hold on. Now, do a few just single-sided presses. So you can see as he presses, he gets at the top position, it to be lined up with the whole body and stacked up. So as a quick overview, the main points to be aware of in the overhead press is how well the body is grounded to the floor, just like every other exercise I talked to you about when your feet are touching the floor. How well there's tension in the abdominals and the glutes to keep that bridge solid. And then, where is that press going? So thumb pointing slightly behind you, and from the profile view, that arm ideally is going to be lined up with the rib cage, the hips, the knees, and the ankles. Ideally, it's not going to be far out in front here. It's not completely wrong. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it at all, but it is going to be a little more stressful on the shoulder and not going to be as good element to help the posture. So do your best. And if you are pressing and you cannot get it over here, I suggest you continue with just a single side press and do it that way. Even if you're doing it with single side press and you can't get the arm in the right spot, then let me know, send me a video of you doing it, and I will address how you can fix it for your own individual issues. Other than that, at Prom Performance,
We put performance first.
peace!